Well, like you'd said earlier, Jaber, there's so many new terms that are just the new normal in our life because you see them on the news nonstop about this coronavirus stuff.
I swear a lot of the newscasters are reading the same piece of paper. Sometimes they show that montage where they all read the same exact paragraph from all over the country.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you have an official statement, they all read it.
Well, wow, look at that.
Duh.
Someone's real smart because they do the dirt of the day 9 times a day.
News 101.
Whatever. I've seen other people make the news their own, kind of like an American Idol song. They make it their own.
You're a little pitchy right now.
Oh, you are something that rhymes with pitchy.
So there's a lot of identical stuff that is out there. They're kind of doing the same stuff. And there's almost like a glossary of terms. It took me, like, on Sunday, I was still a little bit unsure. I'm like, is it social spacing or social, what is the other word?
Distancing.
And that's where I was on Sunday. Like, it wasn't locked in. Now, social distancing, boom. It's like, I got it.
Yeah.
It's completely locked in.
Well, it's the new normal.
It is.
You keep saying the new normal. I'm going to punch you.
I know. I can't stand it. I get so annoyed every time someone says
It's the new normal, J-Bard.
So we're going to play a round of Corona, Am I Close? Now, Am I Close basically is just a game of BSing. I used to do this a lot back when I was in high school and college. I didn't really know the answer, but I tried to make it sound like I did. That's pretty much what this is all about. But maybe you'll be dead on with it. And then just remember, at the end of your answer, just go with, am I close?
Okay.
Yeah, we're trying to see exactly how dialed in you are to all these terms. Like, if I was like, okay, social distancing, you would just be like, yeah, that's the measures that people are taking to increase the physical space between people to slow the spread of the coronavirus. Am I close?
But that one's easy, though.
That one's
real.
That one's super easy, exactly. That's why I'm giving that just only as an example. So let's see how everybody does here. I'm going to go through everybody in the show. We're going to go Virginia, then Jaybird. Then I'll have Denny's and even Suits come in here.
Okay.
And we'll see
Suits
everybody
is good on his feet.
He's real good.
Yeah. Okay. So let's start with Virginia. We'll go Denny's next. And then Jaybird here. Okay. So Virginia, tell me, flattening the curve. What does that mean?
So flattening the curve it's related to social distancing. What you want to do is you want to try to reduce the overall number of people that get a disease during an epidemic. You want to flatten the curve. The curve is the healthcare system capacity. You don't want it to get to the peak. You want to flatten that curve, keep it lower so that less people get it and less people put a strain on our healthcare system. Am I close?
I'd say, yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good.
She got it right?
Yeah. It's a long way to go.
Wow.
She went around the block a couple times, but yeah, got to it. Yeah, it's basically just kind of like, lowering that line on the graph.
All right, come on, Bird.
Okay. All right, Denny's. I'm going to throw this one out to you. What is a pandemic?
A pandemic?
Mm-hmm.
So a pandemic is when people are fighting a common evil in the world. They're banding together to basically detour something bad, a famine, a disease, a plague, from spreading to other people and to calming the hysteria.
Am I close?
Am I close?
Is he high?
Am I high?
I got called in
That's an
last-
easier game with Denny's.
We have to judge if you are.
A pandemic is the worldwide spread of a new disease that affects large numbers of people. Jaybird, if you're the teacher, would you give Denny's credit?
Absolutely. I would probably be the worst teacher.
He likes him. He's always going to give him credit.
If you start crying, all right, kid, I don't want to deal with it. B+.
Okay. Thank you, Denny's. Very nice.
Good job, Denny's.
Crush it, kid.
All right, Jaybird, your Corona, am I close term to define. Tell me, what is a state of emergency?
Well, basically, projections are key when you are involving a state of an emergency. Basically, if you are looking at a situation where numbers are not on your side, especially on the health department, you are looking at a possible crises, you may not be able to rebound. So ultimately, you want to just make sure you stay indoors. Am I close?
I'm close.
And it's tricky too because you're wearing like Elvis glasses, so no one should take you serious.
Don't worry, they're not.
I've heard that all the time. They always declare a state of emergency, and I really don't. I'm like, okay, what do I need? Just need to be alert, or what does that mean?
It just sounds like, okay, it's about to go down.
Yeah, it does. I was like, okay, hey, caution, we got a state of emergency. It actually gives government officials the authority to take extra measures to protect the public, such as suspending regulations or reallocating funds to mitigate the spread of the disease. Like, I'm wondering, like, okay, who's to say, like, DeSantis, you gonna come in here and shut down my bar? I don't think so. What gives you the power? And he'll go, bam, state of emergency.
Okay.
Otherwise, he can't. But if he goes, state of emergency, bam.
You, and to make it sound even more official, we got an SOI. Issuing an SOI. State of emergency. State of emergency.
Oh my, bless your heart. Bless your stupid little heart.
I'm Big Mac drunk.
Oh my gosh. That was an hour ago.
Wow.
Now you're just regular stupid.
Don't read the comments, Bird. Don't read the comments. What did I say?
SOI. State of emergency.
Okay, I swear I'm not that dumb. I swear I'm not that dumb.
Oh my. It is a state of emergency, y'all.
I got Elvis glasses on.
You do have Elvis glasses.
Man.
SOE.
man.
SOE.
Yeah.
SOE.
Yeah.
SOB. Sad SOB. You are a sad.
All right, don't be so mean. I'm beating myself up over here.
All right, Suits, let's see how you do here. Corona, am I close? Incubation.
Incubation is the period of time that it takes a virus to grow from basically where you first get it to where you start seeing symptoms through the process of it. Am I close?
Oh, geez, you nailed it. Good Lord.
You can tell.
He looks like the professor, doesn't he?
Somebody's dad's a doctor.
Yeah. He
The
is.
Polar opposite of Jay Bird.
You got to think about leaving the show, not because we don't want you here, just because we're not good enough.
I don't know. I'm all in an SOI.
SOI.
SOI.